you liked today's video, be sure to subscribe for more content from yesterday's entertainment tomorrow. Most people have seen Bill Paxton in Aliens, Tombstone, Apollo 13, and those roles that Paxton is famously known for. But are there some hidden gems out there that you've never seen Bill Paxton in? Of course there are. So here are the top 5 Bill Paxton movies you've never seen. Number 5. The Dark Backward. The Dark Backward features Judd Nelson as Marty, an unhappy garbage man who wants to be a comedian. But the problem is, Marty is not funny, and the only one who seems to laugh at his jokes is his off-putting friend Gus, played by Bill Paxton. It seems that Gus may be friends with Marty for all the wrong reasons, but at least Marty has Gus's support. Gus also carries around an accordion, which he plays pretty horribly. Marty starts growing a third arm out of his back, and it's pretty much the worst thing to happen to a loser living in horrible filth. Paxton's Gus uses the third arm to his advantage, helping him get laid with sleazy ladies. An agent rechrists Marty as an amazing 3-armed comedian, with Gus along as his musical guest. How far can a not funny 3-armed comic and his no-talent friend on the accordion go? The results may shock you, and the black comedy The Dark Backward may have you laughing for all the right and wrong reasons. Number 4. Brain Dead. Many have confused Independence Day actor Bill Pullman for Bill Paxton, but what most don't know is that Paxton and Pullman starred in a freaky horror film together titled Brain Dead. Released back in 1990, this is one of those films that was in theaters for about 8 seconds, and lived the rest of its days waited to be rented at Blockbuster. Is the only reason to rent this film just to see Paxton and Pullman together? The answer is no, as the film is a great psychological horror with some great supporting performances, including Harold and Maude's Bud Cort. Pullman is a neurosurgeon who is helping Paxton by performing a procedure that can unlock secrets locked away in someone's head. The problem is, as Pullman begins to perform his procedure, he starts to lose a hold of reality. Is Pullman really a neurosurgeon that is going to perform surgery? Or is he actually a man in the asylum who just thinks that he's a neurosurgeon? The movie really messes with your mind as reality is thrown out the window. Number 3. Traveler. In Traveler, Paxton plays Baki, a man who is part of a gypsy community in the South. These gypsies are con artists, and they basically go from town to town, person to person, to rip you off and take off before you realize what happened. It's not a noble profession, but the gypsies sure seem to enjoy their lifestyle. It's a very close-knit community with no outsiders allowed, but the problem comes when Mark Wahlberg's Pat shows up with his father's body. His father was part of the gypsy crew and left, which made the father and Pat outcasts in the gypsy community. Of course, Baki decides to take Pat under his wing, and the duo start to get some cons going. The movie has some good relationships from Wahlberg to Paxton, and Paxton to actress Juliana Margulies. It is weird because you want to root for the characters, even though these characters are just going out ripping off ordinary people out of their money. It may be weird in supporting them, but they are just so damn likable, especially Bill Paxton. Number 2. Indian Summer. Out of the 5 films I'm talking about here, Indian Summer is perhaps the most mainstream. It's been 20 long years, but when a summer camp owner named Uncle Lou, played by the amazing Alan Arkin, invites a select few to come back for a few days, the old campers decide to go relive the good old days. The female cast is amazing and includes Diane Lane, Elizabeth Perkins, Julie Warner, and Kimberly Williams, all gorgeous, witty, incredible actresses. The characters return and are really amazed at how everything is still the same 20 years later, but how it all seems so much smaller. The characters themselves have things to work out, whether it be old memories or things that are going on in their lives now. But thankfully, it is Bill Paxton who gets the larger story arc. In a movie where not much happened, you are genuinely curious about his character, why he got kicked out of the summer camp, why he was brought back with the others, and what Bill Paxton can do to make amends. Number 1. The Last Supper. Released in 1996, The Last Supper is probably the film that features Paxton the least. The plot revolves around 5 very liberal grad students, including Cameron Diaz and Annabeth Gish, who live together. Through some various circumstances, they end up hosting dinner parties, where they usually invite some conservative prick and kill them. Of course, as they continue their murders, shit starts going down, but that is where the fun begins. Paxton plays the very first person invited to a dinner. He's a Desert Storm vet, and they don't invite him to the party with the intention of killing him. But once they sit down, they find out he's a huge, racist douchebag. Paxton basically plays an older version of Chet from Weird Science. Same way of talking, same mannerisms. Things don't go well for Bill and the movie basically kicks itself off at that point. But Paxton is so downright horrible that you root for him to die. Most of the time I watch a Paxton movie thinking, man, why did he have to die? But in The Last Supper, you can't wait for him to kick the bucket. Agree? Disagree? Leave a comment below, give us a like, and hit that subscribe button. This is Ryan from Yesterday's Entertainment Tomorrow. We'll catch you next time.
Wow, that guy's stupid.